So, hello, and welcome to another phoned in podcast with Garrison and Sarah. And the reason I say phoned in is because the theory of podcasts that we've been doing for the past few months are slowly dying. Well, not dying, but we have other things, podcast, vlog type things that we're a little more excited about. I think that we will continue with our theory of podcasts at some point, but for the time being, we'll slowly be shifting over to something else in the future.
So look forward to it, because we are.
But for now, this is the theory of maturity, and I guess we are that, so
We're adults, so on the spectrum we should be mature, right?
should be, yeah.
So like on a scale of like 1 to 10, how mature do you think you are?
I don't know if you can really gauge it that way, because like someone may be more mature in a certain area and less in another, and
I feel like that was a very mature answer.
Thank you.
So like maybe like a 9.
For me,
Yeah.
no. Well, also it could, like, are we talking like physical maturity or like mental?
I'd say like okay, so like there's like mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical.
Well, I haven't really like sat down and done the math on that, but
Oh. Okay, like how mature do your parents think you are? Like what kind of responsibilities have they given you?
several.
Like like a lot? Like a lot of responsibility? Like you have to take care of grandma and, take her to the doctors and stuff like that.
Well, actually, I have quite a healthy grandma, and actually, I sometimes like wrestle with her. Like, she's pretty fit, so
Wow, she's grandma.
yeah.
All right, well, good to know. Don't go against Garrison's grandma. She'll kick your butt. So what's the latest mature thing that you've done?
Wow, you're really putting a lot of heat on me right now.
I'm asking. I gotta
What's the
get to
latest
know
thing? Latest, let's see.
what to live up to, 'cause
The latest thing. Why don't you say why you're so advanced, and then while you're talking, I'll think of something.
Oh, I don't think I am. I think I'm like a 2 on the level of maturity. I'm like almost a baby toddler, like I'm almost there. And then maybe in another 10 years I'll have some, wisdom and knowledge to give, but otherwise I'm just a giant baby child walking around that looks like an adult.
I don't think so. I think you get a lot of stuff done, and poised, I guess, is that the right word to use?
Sure. I really appreciate that. But, maybe I'm just saying that because I want to get away with a lot of stuff. So people think I'm young and immature. Does that mean that you can get away with more?
If they think it?
Yeah.
Well, if they think it, then that means that they have a closer eye on you because they know that, this is what you do. But if you put on the facade of maturity, then people are less suspicious.
It's like stoicism.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like, yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I'm like an attention hog. That's why I think I'm like 2 on the spectrum of maturity. There's a spectrum, by the way. I just made it up. Google it.
There's a spectrum of maturity?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah. But really though, psychologically, maturity has been broken down into different levels. So everybody does mature on different levels. It's like what you go through in your daily life. Like a 40-year-old could be less mature than your I, even though they've had more time to figure it out.
Wait, a 40-year-old could be less mature than my I?
Than you or I.
Oh, okay. Right. Right, because I guess you could say some people have had to. They were put in a spot where they had to grow up faster, and some others had more luxuries, so they didn't nothing was really challenging and pushing them, so they matured slower.
Right. So I mean, I guess that brings up a good question. Is like, do you think that having children and responsibilities makes you a more mature person? Like having children, getting a family, having getting a mortgage, because a lot of people our age are doing that right now. Like we're like 24, 25, and it seems weird that a lot of people that we grew up with that I grew up with, went to high school with, are doing more adult things than I would do.
What was your question again?
Do you think that that kind of lifestyle that they choose to do, that whole family style thing, do you think that makes you more of a mature person?
No. And here's why. I don't think it automatically makes you more mature, but I think cause like for like, have you heard of like those like pacts that like teens will make with like having kids and stuff?
Oh yeah,
like that.
Like, oh, we'll get married when
Right.
we're 18.
Now you could have an idea and do something for simple or selfish reasons and overlook the big picture and basically making a mistake, or maybe it was an accident but you don't want to get rid of it, adopt or abort, so then you have to take care of it. So yeah, it's slippery slope, different divergent pathways you can go down.
Sure. Yeah. I think it's especially hard as maybe our generation, maybe I'm just complaining right now, but like the millennial generation, our age, that kind of has to figure it out without really a whole lot of resources.
I think we have more resources than ever
You
now.
think so?
Yeah.
What is it that we're, I guess, missing out on then? Like,
I've heard this several different places, but like even though with the advent of the internet and like cell phones and things like that, we are actually more divided now than ever. Socially.
right. Yeah, it seems weird. But I think it's also has to do with like the amount of information that has come into light because of technology. It makes it easy for somebody who has the wrong information to access it, maybe perhaps change it, and spread lies. Or basically just slander, really. I don't know.
Right, and I think with the internet, it's a lot easier to insulate yourself and your opinions of things and people that you agree with, which can stifle discussion with people of other thoughts, and
Right.
which
Kind of make you like a social pariah,
right
social media pariah.
right
Should do like a cartoon about that, the social media pariah.
which can which can affect maturity, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Because if you automatically disregard someone else's opinion, because you think that you're right with your limited experience and knowledge, then you're hindering your ability to grow and learn.
Yeah, I like the idea of like surrounding yourself with people that are smarter than you.
Okay, let's not push it now. Just
Well, I mean, though, think about it. It increases growth
yeah, sure.
and maturity.
It can. Well, have you heard of like the idea that like you take on like the traits of the people around you?
Yeah, yeah.
Now you would hope that they would rub off on you, not you rub off on them.
Well, it could be both ways, though, right?
You don't want them to get dumber around you.
Well, I don't know if that's how that works, though. Like, I'm thinking about this, like, giant snowball of dumbness just rolling down a hill, and I don't know if there's anything worse to imagine, but, I don't know if you get dumber by hanging... Okay, no, that's true. I feel like I've gotten dumber around hanging around dumb people.
There you go.
But you're only dumb for, like, the amount of time that you choose to hang around them. Like, if you decide to not have them in your life anymore, then there it is, you're not dumb anymore. You just sit back a little bit.
Have you heard about that Tide Pod thing challenge?
I was talking to my mom about that this morning, and we were talking about politics, and we were talking about the difference between our country and other countries and like their kids, and somehow the Tide Pod challenge came up, and I was like, yeah, we don't have, I mean, we're a country that has kids that are eating Tide Pods. It was like 15 people died already from it.
Wow. Yeah, first world problems, I guess. Just eating Tide Pods.
That is a serious first world problem. Like, I wonder if they actually got any money from Tide. I don't think they can, though, because it says right on the box, like, do not consume. These will kill you.
And I think it might have been in New York, but like some pizza guy was like making like pizza Tide Pods.
And they didn't even look good either.
It was like blue and
Yeah.
gross.
And then there's like a candy company, I think, that came out with like Tide Pod lookalikes so that they would stop eating the actual Tide Pods. Like, my question is, who told these kids that eating Tide Pods was okay? Like, who started this?
The world may never know.
I hope not, because they'll probably end up in a Tide commercial as to what not to do. Safety.
Right, yeah. Speaking of like laundry ads and stuff, have you seen the Chinese one where like the woman threw the black guy in the washing machine?
Oh, and he came out white?
Came out Asian, but
Asian?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible.
And there was another one where like a black girl with a brown shirt on, like she took her shirt off, and then a white woman with like a white shirt was under her.
There's something so wrong with these commercials. I don't know. Like, have you ever seen the commercials where, I mean, there's like a bunch of companies that are like getting really negative feedback from commercials where it's having small women wear large women's clothes. And they're like, oh, I'm so skinny in this. And then women get like really upset about that because women come in every shape and size. So yeah, there's a little bit snippet on commercialism.
Back to the subject.
Yeah.
We went off a little bit there.
I've got a lot of little snippets like that.
I don't think I have anything else. Do you?
No, I don't know anybody that's mature.
Right, because the moment that you're not willing to learn, then you don't learn, I guess. You know, there's always things to learn, you know. For me, the more I know, the more I realize I really don't know anything.
Yeah. It's like always keep your mind open. You're gonna learn something new every day if you keep your ears peeled.
You've got to keep your mind wide open. All of the possibility. Do you remember that song from
No.
Bridge to Terabithia?
Oh, is that what that's from?
Yeah.
You did a really good job just like pulling that out of the blue too.
Thank you.
Bravo.
I didn't warm up my voice, so sorry. I'm sure I could have done a better rendition if I had some time to practice.
It was a really sad movie too.
It was.
It was. He said that while laughing.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting what happened in there.
No.
It completely blindsided me.
Yeah, it's a really sad movie.
Yeah, so if you want a good laugh or a good cry, both really has laughs in there. Go watch the Disney movie Bridge to Terabithia with was it Josh Hutcherson?
Yep.
And Anna Sophia Robb. Came out a while ago, like 10, 11 years ago.
Yeah, 2007.
And actually, that ties in perfectly because that movie was about like growing up, right?
Yeah, it was.
Perfect. Great.
Didn't.
We're counting down, guys. There aren't many more of these left for a while, so let your ears, soak these things in and really let it nourish your ears and your mind because, you just never know when things might change, so never take things for granted. And like I was saying to Sarah earlier, you just want to, just keep going. Keep going and really see how long you can hold someone's attention for because you could just go on forever and forever.
I thought they were just going somewhere like very mature and fantastic with that, and then you just dove right off a cliff. But it's all right. Thank you for that, Garrison. So we'll probably have more cool stuff for you soon. Peace.
Bye.